Hi guys, good morning. It's Breakfast with Amy, and I am Amy at Wise Monkey Quilting in Denison, Iowa. And this morning we are going to be making the cutest little Posh Pouch that you can make for yourself or for other people. Super quick and easy. You're going to be making all kinds of these, and I'm going to show you how to cheat to make it go even faster. So hopefully you can join me this morning. If you're not watching live, you can still watch us on a replay, and make sure you download our free app on your phone or tablet, and you can watch us 5 days a week.
It's not cheating, it's being efficient.
It's being efficient.
Yes.
Correct.
Good morning, Roxanne, Carol, Colleen, Carla, Karen. A lot of those cut right there. Yeah.
Is that your exercises for the day?
That's my phonics lessons, yes. And if it's not phonics, then don't get on me about it.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't know what it would be anyway.
Okay. Hi, Julie, Barbara. She loves Tula Pink. Hi, Cindy.
Wow.
Leslie, Lois, Lisa, Jane down in South Mississippi.
Good morning.
Hi, Sharon, Steve. Greetings and salutations to one and all. I'm Brenda.
When you told him to change it up, he changed it up.
Mm-hmm. Little A's checking in this morning.
Good morning.
Elaine, Jackie, happy wet Kentucky Derby weekend. I had heard that it was
raining for the Kentucky
was supposed
Derby?
to be wet. So if you're placing your bets, make sure you check out that mudder.
Is that what they call a horse that can run through mud?
I think so.
A mudder.
Yep. Hi, Catherine.
He's not a father, he's a mudder. I crack myself up sometimes.
And you and only you, but Melanie, hello there. I'm trying to yes, let's see. Melody, Tammy, Deborah, Maggie, Dixie, Georgina, hi Kelly,
They
Jeanette,
were all waiting for me this morning.
Jolene, Jill, Sherry, Carol. She says it's a beautiful day up in Bagley, Minnesota.
Wonderful. It's supposed to be a beautiful weekend here in the Midwest.
Hi, Brenda and Deborah. Phonics is right. Okay.
Okay.
I'm off to a good start for the weekend. Thanks,
Good
Deborah.
Deal.
Jackie. It's supposed to be a sloppy track today. All right. Melody, Durrell, Marla. She's so excited she got her farm sampler yesterday. So.
Yay!
And yes, we are doing the main pattern.
Yes, the main pattern, the one right on the front cover.
Sherry, let's see. Carol loves Tula. She has a stash of Tula.
There you go.
Peggy, Deb, Carla, Evelyn, Kelly, and Debbie. And I am caught up to right now. So.
Well, good morning. So yes, I'm going to show you how to make these. It's from Dragonfly Fiberart. It is a quick and simple pattern, but what I love about this is it really makes going with zippers super easy. It is super easy to use a print that you can fussy cut to put on the front. And so I have a couple. We're giving a little love to Tula this morning, but we have some other options for you too. It also would be a super great one if you have embroidery and you want to do an embroidery design on the front or back of the bag. Really super easy for that as well. So I'm going to show you how to do that. We got some options on fabric for you this morning. And then, like I said, I'm going to show you how to be a little more efficient when you sew this together. So they just go together so quick. You're going to be making them for all your friends. Because who doesn't have enough little zipper pouches to keep your things organized, especially like today, I'm going on a trip. So these are great to put, whether it's like your makeup or your hairbrush or your bathroom essentials or your quilting supplies. They work for everything.
Carol, you might want to check your number. We don't have an item number 350 today, so you might want to see what happened there. We certainly want you to get everything that you...
$350 is the price of the pattern. Is that where she got it from?
That very well may be. I didn't know where things were coming from. I think the bubble is up. Catherine, I think I took care of that probably about the time you were reminding Martha had cream-filled Bismarcks.
Oh, Martha, I need to come have breakfast with you. Maybe on the weekends we go up to the lake. I might be knocking on your door.
I was hoping the Bismarcks almost turned into biscuits and gravy for me. So. Hi, Barb. Catherine says great cosmetic bag.
Absolutely.
Binding bag, Karen says.
You can never have too many zippered pouches.
Hi, Leslie. I think we won't see them. They will be here retreating next week, but unfortunately we won't be here to. But actually, Anita is with us here this morning, Leslie, so she will be here to greet you next week. Her and Cheryl will both take good care of you tomorrow. Hi, Connie, down in Miramar Beach, Florida.
Good morning.
Isn't Miramar where was part of, well, I'm not sure, like Top Gun, wasn't there Miramar? Were they at Miramar?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, you're
I'm
not any help.
I'm not a big Tom Cruise fan, so sorry.
Okay. Hi, Linda. And Martha says, come anytime. Hi, Brooke.
I think we have a breakfast invite to Martha's house.
Howdy, Sandra. Zippers still scare her? Well,
not after today.
Yep.
This is easy.
And Sandy says, good morning to everyone. It's a great time for the grandson's birthday today,
yes.
And we will have fun at H&H. And yes, Top Gun, Barbara says.
Okay.
So I'm batting 1,000 this morning.
Oh, this is going to be a rough week.
And we're going to a baseball game this week, so I'm batting 1,000. That's probably something that Amy doesn't know either. But
I'm just going to eat the food and who knows.
Hi, Julie. Sandra says zippers are fun, but I better get it back to Amy so she can get to through the project.
All right,
today.
so let's go through what we've got. So we do have the pattern from Dragonfly Fiberart, $3.50. It is just a great kind of a cardboard pattern, so you can easily keep that stashed away. A great reference point. So sold 100, $3.50. And then, like I said, I do have some different fabric combinations for you guys this morning. So what we have in our fabric bundle, and let's just start with the Tula one. So with that, you're going to get a coordinating zipper. You're going to get a fat quarter of the Tula and a fat quarter of a coordinating for the inside of your bag. You're also going to get some fusible fleece and some interfacing. So fusible interfacing. So you get all of this in your packet. It will make one bag and you will have fabric left over. You'll probably have enough left over to make another bag, but you will definitely have fabric left over. So this one is called, well, they're $14.99 for all of it. Sold 101 teal for the Tula. We have another Tula. Isn't this adorable? It's got, I'm going to call them hamsters on the fabric. Pink and orange and yellow. If you have, maybe you have a granddaughter or a teenage girl going off to college or in high school, super cute. Again, you're getting that whole packet for $14.99. The zipper, the fat quarters coordinating. That's a beautiful pink that coordinates. I love that together. So this one is sold 101 pink. Then the one we're doing this morning is a really pretty bright, all bright colored with a beautiful green for the inside, green zipper, your fusible fleece, your fusible interfacing. This one sold 101 green. Gorgeous greens. Then we have a purple. So you get a purple zipper. This really pretty floral with the pink and purple and the white. And a beautiful purple for the inside of your bag. plus your fusible interfacing and your fusible fleece, sold 101 purple. And our last one this morning is orange. So if orange is your color, this one is cool. So your fusible fleece, fusible interfacing, and then orange for the inside, and this really pretty, this is actually K-facet fabric for the outside. So we got a little bit of Tula and Kaif going on this morning.
And we'll probably get to see both of them this next week.
We are going to see both of those this week. I already have it all planned. So there's a little bit of Kaif for you this morning with the orange. Sold 101 orange.
All right, and just a reminder, $5 flat rate shipping, purchase $25 or more, and it is free.
That is right. Also, she's got her way she shows you on the pattern, but if you have the boxed bag template, or you can get one this morning, I'm going to show you how this makes it way more efficient to do the boxed bottom of your bag. So this is $24, sold 102. And if you want to do more bags, we have more fusible fleece, which is what I'm using this morning. If you need extra to keep doing more bags, you can buy it by the yard. $10.99 for a yard of fusible fleece, sold 103.
And the patterns are separate.
Patterns are separate. So
That
you
way-
would need to buy a pattern and the fabric bundle to make your bags. Anybody have any questions?
Sandra says she has that template she's never used.
Here you go.
Stay tuned here in a few minutes, Sandra.
Yep, it works so well. All right, so here is what you do. Now the pattern tells you your dimensions on how to cut them. So you're going to cut 2 of your main outside bag, and you're going to cut 2 of your inside lining for your bag. You're going to put your fusible interfacing on your lining of your bag. So you just fuse it, use some steam, and fuse those to the inside. Then you're going to take your fusible fleece, cut it the same as your outside of your bag, and you're going to fuse your fusible fleece to your 2 outside pieces.
It's fusible fleece that we're using today, not fusible interfacing, correct?
They're both fusible.
Okay.
This is a lightweight fusible interfacing.
Okay. Do we have that is the question, I guess. Is that included with the kit?
It is.
Okay.
Yes.
But if they want to purchase extra?
They'd have to call the store. We've never done the fusible interfacing just by the yard.
Okay, all right.
But we do. You will get fusible interfacing, so it's a single-sided fusible interfacing, lightweight, and you will get the fusible fleece, which is a single-sided fusible fleece. It all comes in the package. So when you get your fabric bundle, you will be able just to go right away and make a bag.
And Beans, I have already interrupted you. Helen is wondering, is that the same green print that maybe from a few weeks ago from the pencil holder bookmark?
No, this is a brand new one we just got in.
Okay.
All right, so here is how quick it is. I've got my 2 pieces of outside with my fusible fleece. I've got my 2 pieces of inside with my fusible interfacing, and I have my zipper. I am going to lay my zipper down on my cutting mat or wherever you are, right side up. So here's my zipper pull. This is the right side of my zipper. And then I'm going to take my outside piece of my bag and I'm going to lay that right side down. So the right side of my zipper is matching the right side of the outside of my bag. And I kind of just center it because these are, I think they're 14 or 15 inch zippers and we're not using the whole thing, so I'm just making sure they're both extended outside. Then I'm going to take my little clips and I am just going to put 3 clips, one in the side, one in the center. I'm just making sure that the edge of my zipper is lined up with the edge of my fabric. Then what I'm going to do is take one of my inside of my bag and I'm going to lay that down and lay this on top. So now I have right side against right side, but against wrong side of my zipper. Does that make sense? Sure it does. And I'm gonna lay that. So you wanna match your sides. So you wanna make sure your bag is the same size. So I'm matching my sides. And then I am just going to re-clip my clip so that they all match and are the same up at the top.
Good morning, Ilma.
Just like that. Now, when it comes to putting on zippers, it says to use your zipper foot, and that's great, but I don't. I have my regular 1/4 inch foot on. You can use whatever you want. You can feel where your teeth are of your zipper. And so you want to sew just on the edge of your zipper teeth. Now, if you are not sure about where your foot is, you can take a friction pen, and I kind of take my fingernail and do a little crease down the edge. And if you want to do a friction pen line, you can. But I kind of know where it is when I'm sewing. So I'm just running the edge of my foot on the edge of my thing right along my zipper teeth. See, I do make sense.
The edge of my thing.
The edge of my foot against the edge of my fabric and my zipper.
Okay, that might help.
But I'm sewing right along the edge of my zipper teeth.
Okay.
And I am just gonna sew a straight line.
Lisa says she's never done a zipper, but she's going to. She's gonna, is how she.
Okay. The only thing that you have to watch as you do it is make sure that all 3 layers, your front, your zipper, and your back, are all lined up at the edge. So just watch and make sure they're all lined up.
Good morning, Ruth.
Want to make sure they're all even.
And if you can hear Anita and I talking in the background, she's just getting a little bit of a lesson here this morning, so that there's no snafus on Tuesday when her and Cheryl join you.
Anita is always on that side of the camera, but not on that side of the computer, so she's doing double duty. So do you see how I just sewed a line? And if I open this up, what's the matter?
There's a little something on the camera
Uh-oh.
that I'm going to get off.
Okay.
It bothers me.
Is it on this side of the camera or your side of the camera?
No, it's
Uh-oh.
right there.
So now they're just going to see that glip go through.
Yep, they just saw a Kleenex go over. Oh, no, it is on this side.
Okay, anybody else want to go to Chicago with him this week? Anita raised her hand.
Hi, Marilyn. Deanna.
Right. So when I open that up, you can see it is just on the other side of the teeth. So it just
Let me zoom in on that.
slick.
All right.
Can you see that?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so here's what I do. Now this is just to keep everything the same. I come down here to the bottom and I put a couple clips in. I just want to keep this lined up and I don't want them getting in the way. Now, if you want, you can take it to your ironing and you can iron that, but I didn't even needed to. All right, so we did that side. Now we're going to do the other side. Same thing. I'm going to lay the right side of the outside of my bag. Here is the right side of my zipper, because here's my zipper pull. So I'm going to put those two together. And I am just making sure again that the side of my bags are lined up. So I'm going to come up here making sure my sides are lined up, and this is edge with my zipper. And I'm just going to put on my 3 clips again. One on the edge, one in the middle, and one on the other edge. So if you look, my right side is to my right side. Now I'm going to flip it back over, and I'm going to take my inside of my pouch, inside, zipper inside, and I'm going to lay that on there, making sure my sides are lined up. And now I'm just going to reclip.
Carol is asking if your directional fabric is upside down.
This one isn't directional. If you were doing directional, you would just have like the top of the lion's head
By the zipper.
by the zipper. So this is top. So that's why it's so easy for directional, because you don't have to worry about what direction. Always make sure the top of your fabric is at the top of your zipper. All right, so I've done it again. You know you're right when it's inside against inside and outside with outside. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to come back to my machine. I have my zipper up so I can fill my teeth. And I am going to sew right alongside the edge of the teeth. And the only thing you have to watch is to make sure that the tops of your zipper, your inside and your outside, are all lined up at the very top.
I believe the pink fabric bundles are, you would go on, no, wait a minute, the teal ones are on, you would go on wait list right now, but sometimes that changes around.
And that's the Tula. We have another colorway of that Tula pink fabric, so I will take a picture and post it on Wise Monkey so you can purchase back orders of that.
Yes, so we do have another.
I have
Tula.
another of that lion of the Tula in just a different colorway. All right, so now, look at that. See, a perfect zipper. So I'm just going to pull those to the side. So now we have our lining on the one, our outside on the one. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to come down here to this end, and I'm just going to put on a couple clips. All I'm doing is making sure that it's out of the way and it's clipped. So here's my outside of my bag with my nice zipper. So I'm going to pull this kind of taut, and I'm going to come back to my machine, and I'm going to sew about 1/8 of an inch down on both sides of my zipper. And that gives you a nice finish. So I hold this kind of tight, and I'm putting it underneath my needle, and I'm just going to sew 1/8 of an inch.
Brenda's wondering what is the other colorway of Tula.
You want to grab it? Anita will grab it. Okay, so I've done the one side. I'm just going to go back and do the other.
And Brenda wished that she would have had you when she was doing a pink sand beach purse this week. And if I missed anybody, good mornings this morning, I apologize. Hi, Carmen. Ruth says she's been up since 5 a.m. sewing since 6, so she's going to have a full day.
All right, do you see how I just sewed 1/8 of an inch on each side? So there is the outside of the bag, and look how nice the inside of your bag is going to look. There's no threads. You don't have to worry about the zipper catching anything. This is a great way to do it. So now what I'm going to do, let's show, here is the other colorway of the Tula. So I will we'll pick out an inside for the bag, and then we'll post a picture of both of these. So as soon as we're done, you'll have another option if you want to do this bag, but with this colorway for that Tula. All right, so we'll do that as soon as we're done. Okay, so now we have our bag. What you're gonna do is open up your zipper about, I don't know, 2/3 of the way or 3/4 of the way, because you want to be able to.
No, I'm just going to let Brenda know that you can go in and order it. That'll be easier than us putting things in people's cart. So just don't check out right away, and you'll be able to find that where? The
new one, I'm going to post it on Facebook.
Okay.
But it'll also come up in the app.
Okay. So yes, anybody that wants that one, just hold off for a few minutes checking out, and it will be available to you.
All right, so now I've opened it up. So we have our inside of our bag on the one side and our outside of the bag on the other side. I've made sure my zipper is opened up about 2/3, 3/4 of the way. So now what we're going to do is we're going to sew all the way around our bag, but we do want to leave about 3 inches on the bottom of our lining so we can turn it right side out. So I just have a 3-inch ruler. I'm going to kind of center it, and I'm going to do 2 marks 3 inches apart. This kind of reminds me so I don't close that when I'm sewing, and it gives me a starting and a stopping point. The only other thing that you want to do is where your zipper is, when you fold these together, see how I fold it, and the edges of my zipper, I want them to go towards my lining. So I'm just folding that. So let's just do a couple clips. I'm meeting this, and I'm just going to put a little clip on there. So I folded my zipper so these edges go towards my lining. I'm going to put a clip down here at the bottom, and then I'm going to go around on my other side, do a clip here. Now this is the open part of my zipper, but it's the same way. So I just want my zipper teeth to go towards my outside of my bag and the edges of my zipper to go to the end. So I just line those up and put a little clip.
Carmen, yes, the kit is $14.99. It is just a fabric, and the pattern does not come with that $14.99 though.
Right. In your kit, you're going to get the 2 fat quarters, your zipper, your fusible fleece, and your fusible interfacing. All right. So now here's my marks. So I'm leaving my 3-inch for turning. I'm going to start at this mark, tie a knot, and I'm going to sew all the way around, and I'm going to end at this mark and tie a knot. And I am just doing a 1/4-inch seam. My machine has a button I can push that so it will tie a knot. Otherwise, you can just do a couple back stitches to tack it. When I stop and my needle down, I'm just going to come to about a 1/4 inch from the corner, stop at a 1/4 and turn.
Good morning, Margot. And anyone else that I may have missed, good morning, one and all. So,
when I get down here to the zipper, it is just a plastic zipper, so you can sew over it. Just be careful that you sew nice and slow. If you have to pull a little bit to get it over that hump, don't pull it too fast or you're going to break a needle. But you won't need any special needles to do this, just your regular. Stop about a 1/4 inch and pivot. These bags would work even really well to keep your binder clips in. Same way when I come to the other zipper, just go slow. You might need to help it over that zipper, but it's going to be just fine. Come down to my other corner. Stop and pivot, and then when I get to my other mark that I made, I'm going to stop and tie a knot.
Okay, I got a question for you before you continue
Sure.
on. Stacy's wondering, do you have the flag tails pattern? Quote was shown yesterday, and that was beautiful. She thinks that was the pattern name.
I do not. Is that one of them that was shown by someone at Strip Club?
Would it possibly be the patriotic one that
Star Trails.
Star Trails?
Yes, and we do have the Star Trails pattern.
Okay.
Yep. All right, so I have started here, tied a knot, sewn all the way around, stopped on my other mark, tied a knot. Now I'm just going to clip off these edges of my zipper. And then I'm going to show you my trick. So these are boxed corner bags, which gives you that nice edge that they sit. Now, in her pattern, she wants you to pull these corners apart, put your seams right side, measure, draw a line, and sew on it. Well, you can do that, and that is great, but I like doing the boxed bag. So with my boxed bag, I'm going to come down here and put the size. It's the same size as what she's telling you to measure. So that's important. She tells you to measure from the corner down and draw a line. This is the same measurement, but I'm doing it on my seam line. So here and here is the same. I'm going to take my friction pen, or you could just take your rotary cutter, and I'm just drawing my lines. There's my boxed bag, so I'm going to cut that out. To me, it's easier than pulling it apart and measuring, drawing a line, because it's already going to be done. So I'm going to do this in all four corners. So the same length that she told you to measure is your same measurement from your seam lines.
Good morning, Margot, Pamela.
And I'm going to do down here at my other corners.
Jarrell says this would be a great bag for some little cars for the grandson to take on for a trip in the car.
Perfect. So I'm just doing all four corners.
And there's multiple uses for it.
Oh yeah, there's other. And she actually has a booth out in Chicago where we're going, so I'm going to stop in and talk to her.
And we've sat in on some of her demonstrations before.
So I'm just cutting out these squares. Now again, you can do it with the rotary cutter on this, because they do have these little...
See if I can zoom in, if they can see that.
See that?
Not
Where it's, so if you're cutting, your rotary cutter goes in a little bit, so it really does cut your square nice. On a bag like this that is multiple levels, I'm just going to draw a line and cut. And I'm going to do the same thing on all four corners.
It's H&H, yes, that we will be attending. H&H Americas.
They have fabric and yarn and wool and beading, and there's just going to be a ton of people there.
Deb says on that ruler, what do you use the curved part for?
She has got, it's called a curve midline, so she has got other patterns out there that do other bags, and this gives you a cutting template for those. She also has other down here for different bags that she does. So we should do some of the other bags that uses the other part of the rulers. That would be a good idea. All right, I've got all 4 of my corners. I am just going to pull my corner like this, nest my seam, put a little clip on, do the same thing with my other corner down here. To me, cutting the corner and doing this is just so much easier than measuring and cutting. So I'm just going to give this a quick 1/4 inch seam.
Ruth, I'm not sure where you're going with that, but she says, I guess the king won't be there. If you're saying Elvis, Elvis is always in the building, so.
I don't know if that's who she's talking about.
I'm not sure. Or she says that the queen. Okay. You lost me, Ruth.
There'll be lots of people there.
Yep.
I don't think any royalty. Well, unless you call Kay Fassett and Tula Pink royalty. Some may. I think Kay does have a special title from the Queen.
Oh, Ruth says HRH is Her Royal Highness. So okay, it's H and H. So yeah,
See, we're so far off of what people are talking
I figured
about.
that it had a meaning behind it, but it wasn't coming to me, Ruth. So thank you for typing it out for me.
And I'm just doing the other same thing down here. You just reach in there, pull them apart, match your seams or nest your seams in the corners, and then sew your 1/4 inch seam.
Helen is a suggestion to look at punch needle kits to see if there's something that would be good additional to Wise
I'm
Monkey
sure
Quilting.
they will have them, Helen.
We did look at some of them last year and never went with anything.
But last year was our first year. Oops, I think my machine came unthreaded.
Ruth, it is. It's only for shop owners, so it's not a show for the public.
They're talking about maybe having a festival afterwards.
But not this year. That's not.
I don't think so this year.
Mary says, to clarify, are you nesting, not opening?
I'm nesting. Yes, I'm nesting my seams on my corners. All right, so I've done all 4 corners. Now we can just turn it right side out through that little hole that you left at the bottom. That's why it's so important to tie that knot at the beginning and not at the end, so that you're not ripping that seam open when you're pulling everything through.
Yes, Darrell, we will do more projects with the different things for the ruler. We've used the box bottom on it several times, but not a lot of the other things. Hi, Jane.
I'm just reaching in and pushing out those corners. So now you can close that hole in your lining. Either whip stitch it by hand, or I always just kind of turn it under, and then I can give it just a quick.
Also,
no one's going to see it. It's in the bottom of your bag.
Also, if you're interested in a previously loved sewing and or embroidery machine, please contact us here at the store. Every day it goes along, I'm willing to deal more, so it's to your advantage to get them
Randy loves to deal.
while we still have them.
All right, I'm just pushing up my corners. There is the bag. Isn't that cute? quick and simple and just a little fun bag. And what's so nice is when you unzip it, because the way we put the zipper on, there's no threads. It's all a nice, clean inside lining. And then you can just zip that shut and keep whatever you want in there. Really quick and easy zipper bags. Aren't those cool? So it was just using the Posh Pouch pattern. Wow, say that fast 10 times. By Dragonfly Fiberart, $3.50. These do not come with the fabric bundle, so you would have to get it separate. Sold 100. And then we have the different.
Just a minute. I'm.
Are you behind me?
Huh?
Are you behind what
No,
I'm doing?
no. I just want to make a little correction here. We don't want anybody to be left out.
Oh, okay.
All right. Now we can go on to the fabric bundles.
Okay, so you said this one was on wait list, or teal?
The teal is on wait list currently. That
Okay.
could change as people, maybe they saw something else afterwards and that they
All right.
like better, or
And we'll put the other one on when we're done.
yes.
Then we have the other Tula, which has hamsters. So that is sold 101 pink. And that really is a beautiful pink with that yellow. So sold 101 pink. These are all $14.99. Then the one I did this morning is green. So it's just this bright, vibrant fabric with the green for the inside and the green zipper. They all also come with your fusible fleece and your fusible interfacing. So sold 101 green. And then the other couple of colors we have is sold 101 purple. Comes with the purple zipper, the floral with the white flowers. And like I said, if you feel that one of this way is up or down, it's super easy to do them with these pouches because the top always goes towards the zipper. And then a beautiful purple for the inside of your bag. So sold 101 purple. And our last one is a K facet fabric with an orange zipper and the orange lining. So really super cute bag for that. So that one is sold 101 orange. Then we have our box bag template, which I always use to do that box bottom. Super quick and easy. It is $24, sold 102.
Yes.
And then if you're going to be making more bags and you need some more of the fusible fleece, we do have this by the 1 yard chunk. So it's $10.99 for a yard, sold 103.
And if you do need the other, just contact us here at the store.
Yep. Any other questions?
I don't see any. If we have missed any questions, please contact us here at the store. Or if you're watching this later on this weekend and have questions or concerns, contact us here at the store. We're not always able to monitor the Facebook or the app to see those questions, so we certainly don't want to miss anybody there.
So quick and easy zipper pouches you can make for yourself or give away as gifts. Great for girls going off to college, great for little boys to put their little cars in it. Do it in kids prints and you can get all those toys picked up and know where they are.
And might have you just show the other
Yep. So
cave
this,
here.
The other Tula.
Yes, I'm sorry.
So this will be the other Tula. So I will post it, and this way it's just a little different colorway than that, and we'll find a really pretty inside lining to use with it, and I will post a picture just as soon as we're done on Facebook, and it'll be on the app as well.
If somebody, there is more box bag templates available now, so you can go back if you skipped over that part. But otherwise, shipping today, Brenda, is $5 flat rate. If you purchase $25 or more, then it is free.
So $5 or $25 or more, and it's free. So this week will be a little different. There won't be happy hours on Monday and Thursdays because Randy and I are going to H&H in Chicago, but Cheryl and Anita are going to bring you Treat Yourself Tuesday night. And I can tell you, I think they have some really cool things, and they might have some deals for you on Tuesday night. And then there will be no Sew Along with Amy on Wednesday. So you have an extra week to get those first blocks done. And Breakfast with Amy next week will be again on Saturday morning. So have a wonderful weekend. And don't forget to tune in Tuesday night for Treat Yourself Tuesday.
And we'll pop in sometime or another, or at least share some pictures with you.
Keep you updated as to what we're doing and where we're at.
Sandra says, while the cats are away, the mice will play.
I have a feeling things are going to happen.
Okay. Anything else?
Have a wonderful weekend.
Take
See
care.
you next week.
Take care, everybody.
Bye.